What is my favorite class in Lord of the Rings Online? It's a question that I've been seeking the answer for the past few weeks as I was trying everything out on both the live and the test servers, and it's a really hard question to pin down, I think, as all the classes are really fun and have themes that I really like. For myself, I wanted to choose a character that definitely fits the storytelling and the lore in Middle-earth. That's just a personal criteria nitpicking of mine, making sure I would enjoy the story in all regions of Middle-earth once I would get there, and then of course, since I love playing in groups, I wanted a character that I'd have an easier time finding parties and having the ability to fill multiple roles, not just one. And so long story short, after a long search, I found myself getting stuck playing as a Beorning, not just because they fit the style I was looking for, but also because this class is just incredible. So Beornings are skin changers much like Beorn himself and can change into the form of a bear for either combat and traveling purposes, giving them the sort of mixed ranger and lore master vibe since they are both formidable fighters, but they also have some magical aspects that bring them above other martial characters in the game and give them the perfect balance for Middle-earth fantasy. Beornings are able to play as a DPS, a tank, and even a healer, letting you play as any of the roles in group content if you are bored of one or just want to have some variety. And as far as I know, all of the specs are pretty strong on their own, but at least the tank and the healer trait lines are really solid. I think it's actually one of my favorite aspects about a Beorning that they are a jack-of-all-trades class that's just really good at exploring Middle-earth and questing without having to worry much about anything. They deal good damage to handle pretty much anything, and thanks to having both a tanking and a healer specialization, they have incredible self-healing and survivability to be able to solo the toughest challenges in the world. For instance, I'm playing on the Mordor Legendary server, and my Beorning is probably by far the strongest class to face the Veil of the Nine Lesser rates, which as you know from my previous video is a huge pain in the ass in general, and while I do not defeat them fast, I very confidently outheal their damage and stay alive. This solo aspect of the Beorning apparently also carries on to fairly high levels of the game, some Beornings able to solo dungeons, and so that makes them a great solo challenge character. And since they aren't really complicated to play, it's a perfect choice for newer players to Lotro too, in my opinion. On top of using their bear form for combat, Beornings also get an ability called Wanderlust that gives them 68% movement speed bonus outside of combat while in bear form, which as far as I know is the greatest speed boost any class has in the game without a mount. The only downside is that unfortunately you cannot interact with objects or resources as a bear, and you have to constantly shapeshift between human and a bear in order to interact with objects and gain your movement speed. A final point for me that was a deciding factor for choosing a Beorning is that they have really pretty animations. I know this might not be that important for everyone, but for me, this was a deal breaker. The bear form of course does a lot of bear things, with the standing mauling being their most iconic move, but their attacks in man form are also really nice and fluid. They haven't been affected by those animation changes that make some classes look really clunky, you know? And like I said earlier, they do have some magical feeling to them as well with their healing abilities and buffs, similar to a lore master. The green and blue mixture of nature abilities are just a real nice touch to enhance the class aesthetically and make them stand out from just being a fighter. All in all, I'm quite enjoying playing my Beorning, and hopefully it stays that way for a long time, but I can already see Lotro being a game where you'll want to dabble with multiple characters to really see it all and have the best experience, so I'll probably keep playing other classes too. I'm just happy that I finally chose a main character, as it's usually my most challenging part of playing a new MMO, me being really indecisive about what character I want to play and all. I'm quite curious though, what is your favorite class in Lord of the Rings Online? Make sure to tell me below, along with typing Beorn below if you watched the whole video, so that I know it. Thank you so much everyone for watching and for the support for this channel. Expect more Lotro videos soon, so like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you all the next time.